everyone, welcome to Liza's Painting Parties. I am Liza and this is our monthly free live painting event. It is November and it is very dark already. It's 6:30 here. I'm just in Ajax, Ontario, which is just outside of Toronto. If you're tuning in, please let me know where you're tuning in from. I love to see where everyone's joining. And if you're painting along, let me know. If you're just watching, let me know. Today it's going to be a surprise painting session, as we did last month as well. So we'll be painting as we go. So there isn't an image to show to start. Well, I suppose if you're watching this recording when it's all done, then you'll already have seen the image that's created and you can make your assessment at that point. But anyone who's joining me live, this will be a paint as we go session. So feel free, if you want to just do your own complete painting and do it with me, feel free to join in. If you want to follow as I'm going and you're trusting the process and going with the flow, then let go of control for a little while and go with the flow with me. I totally encourage, again, for us to do however you want to do it. My idea tonight is I want to do, I've been really inspired actually by the morning skies when I've been walking with my son to school. They've been very beautiful and really this brilliant pink and orange and yellows, and they're just gorgeous, and they just take my breath away. And so I love that vibe and I wanted to capture that and to do that for tonight's painting. So what my idea is I'm thinking of doing a very vibrant sky. I still want to, I think, include some blues and purples in it, to be honest, but I want it to be like a rainbow sky, really beautiful, brilliant. I kind of want it to be sweeping, so I don't want it to be, just the blend back and forth. I want it to have a lot of movement and to be sweeping across the canvas. And then I'm thinking I want to make a path and have a couple of trees essentially, but I think I might stick with more of a silhouette vibe with the trees, so I'm not really going to do a lot of detail on them, but have more of a silhouette. That's my idea for today's painting. So I'll walk through it. I'll go through step by step as I'm doing it. You can feel free to, again, watch first and see how it looks, and if you like how it goes, then you can go ahead and recreate or make changes, or if you want to change the color of it or whatever, you're more than welcome to do so. If you do join me with your painting, I'd love for you to take a picture of whatever you decide to create and post it so I can take a look and see it, because I love to see that afterwards. These are all free sessions, so you do not have to pay anything for this. I've already noticed that there was a few weird scammy links that were appearing in some of my other posts. So just again, to clarify, if anyone puts any weird links or says you have to pay or whatever, please don't click them. And if you see them pop up, either report that person. They seem to block me almost right away, so now I can't report them as I used to before. So feel free to do so, and if you see that coming up, just want to warn you about that. If you did want to support me directly, there is a link for my PayPal, or you can send stars through Facebook. It's up to you. And that's how if you wanted to support me directly, that would be the way to do it. Alternately, if you're in the Greater Toronto area and you want to do an in-person paint party, or if you're anywhere and you want to do a virtual paint party, my website is lizaspaintingparties.com, so you can definitely take a look and see, and we could arrange a party to do it that way as well, if you want to do your own fun event, and I'll come to you live. Also on that note, if you are in the Greater Toronto area, particularly out east-ish where I am, we're having, I'm doing another live session at 1840 Farmhouse and Winery, a vineyard, and that is on November the 10th. And that would be $50, and then you get a great paint night with me, and you also get a nice, beautiful glass of wine from their vineyard. So if that's something that's interesting to you, that's in Orono, Ontario, so it's just 30 minutes away from Ajax or so. So definitely, you can definitely do that. On their Instagram page, you can get tickets. So it's 1840 Vineyard, or 1840 Farmhouse, actually, at 1840 Farmhouse. That's where it's at, if you're interested. And that, I think, is the sum of all the random things that we can do, but we're going to jump into the painting very shortly. Before we jump into the painting, I'm just going to run through the supplies that I am using tonight. Again, these are suggestions. You can use whatever you so desire. I am using a canvas that is 12 by 16. I think I am going to use it in portrait mode versus landscape mode, even though I did think I was going to do landscape before, but I changed things up. So I think I'm going to stick with portrait mode. I have my paintbrushes. I usually use filbert paintbrushes. Oh no, where's my thin paintbrush? I gotta grab one. 1 second, please. Whoop. Let's grab one. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right. So, have something that's a nice fine point, so you can get a nice detailed if you want. Something that's large, I use this brush, which is a size 10, and then something that is a medium. This one is a size 2, sometimes a size 4, depending on what works for your canvas. I have some other sizes as well that I might jump into, but those are the ones that I suggest for the size of canvas that I prefer. But again, you can go ahead and use whatever you are more comfortable with as well. In terms of water, I have 2 containers of water ready to go since acrylic is water-based. And paint colors, if you have your basic primary colors, we'll be able to paint this painting without any problem. If you already have some pre-mixed colors you want to use, you're more than welcome to do so. So the paints that I'll be using are primarily these ones from Artist Loft, Flow Acrylic, and the blue, the red, and the yellow are just named as such. Same with the black and the white, so there's no other like fancy name attached to it. It's just that. And I also dip into my Crafters acrylic that I got from the Dollarama. And these ones do have different names to them, but to be honest, I just kind of grab what I have available, so I don't specifically go for the daffodil yellow or the sunflower yellow. I just grab the one I want. So that's just another paint that I use sometimes. So I'll clarify for anyone who wants to be very specific on the exact paints I'm using. But like I said, go with the flow. You don't need to have the exact ones. It's more the process of having fun. All of my supplies are pretty cheap actually, and I still create really nice things that I love. Of course, more expensive paints usually end up having a nicer like texture to them, and there's better quality to them in those ways. But I'm definitely a fan of, you can still create something beautiful for a very cheap price, which is nice these days, right? All right, let's just take a look. If you feel free to leave any comments as I'm going through the session. I will take a look and answer as I go. I'm going to do that right now because I have not checked yet. So I apologize. I'm not been ignoring you. Oh, Muriel, bonjour. And Rose, Indiana, amazing. Hi, Patty. I saw your comment earlier. I'm glad that you're joining. Hi, Alice. Yeah, and everything's going to be available. So this recording, this will be available on my Facebook page under the videos tab, and also on my YouTube channel afterwards. So you'll be able to watch it. If you can't watch it right now, that's totally fine. You can watch it afterwards. That's fine. It'll be up there. I have no plans to take them down, so you'll be able to watch this whenever you so desire. The sound is cutting. Oh, I'm so sorry. That sucks. Hopefully, sometimes I find the recordings come out better than the live events. Hi, Stephanie. Hey, Lynn. Yay, I'm glad. Oh, Mary, I'm so glad. A lot of names I've seen before. That's fantastic. Oh, nice, a fantastic room. That's exciting. That sounds like a fun room. Patty's here. Hi, Patty. Oh, it's so wonderful. And Loretta. My Facebook's being a little bit funky, which may also explain the weird sound. I was just trying to scroll and it jumped weirdly, so technology is interesting. Anywho, all right, so for anyone who's just joined and didn't get my little rundown of how I'm going to approach this painting, I want to do a really bright, colorful sky. I want to make it very sweeping, so lots of movement in it. And I want it to be predominantly pinks and orange and yellow, but I still want to have some blues and purples in it, just because I want it to be more of a rainbow. And that's what we're going to start with. And then from that point, then I also would like to have kind of a path, and then I want to have some trees, and I might do them more a silhouette style versus actually do more detail, but we'll see as we continue on how we want to go about that. So that's my idea for today's painting. I don't have a reference going from it. I'm going from a couple of different ideas that I have. and a few different reference points. So if you want to join the journey with me and let's paint along, we'll just go for it. So we are going to get started. It's 6:37, so we will get started. Oh, it's so... Facebook, you're driving me mad. Like, it doesn't default to, like, the last messages. Like, that would be more convenient so I can always see the newest messages, but I digress. Okay, make sure you have some water. I always have mine with a cap on it because I don't want to drink the paint water. As we know, that happens. Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm going to get started. And I'm going to get started on the sky. So I want the sky to... How big do I want the sky? I think I want the sky like quite a bit. I think I want it to be like more than halfway down my canvas, I'm thinking. Maybe like that. And I want it to be kind of like darker, and then the colors to kind of be on like almost like a diagonal. So that's how I'm going to want it to do. I'm going to start with my largest brush, and like I said, I'll paint and you can watch, or you can just jump in, or you can do your absolute own thing. It's totally up to you. Let me just make sure that you can see everything, okay? Okay, that's not too bad. All right. Ooh, it got blurry. Okay, this is my technical process. Okay, maybe focus on me again. Let's see if it focuses. Focus. Come on. There we go. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't get blurry again. All right, let's get started. All right, so I want to get some blue. So I'm using that Artist Loft Flow acrylic, that blue. I'm going to put a little bit on my palette to start. White is like one of my best friends when it comes to doing blends. I'll show you like how much paint I'm using on my palette in a moment once I get the colors on here. I find with these flow acrylic ones, I can use less of this paint and it goes further than the Crafters acrylic. Like the quality is a little better. Yeah, maybe I will put a little bit of, do I want to go black? Or maybe not. Maybe we won't do that just yet. Okay, so I'm going to start, I think I want it to be like a light or blue. So I'm getting my big brush. So these are the colors I have on the paintbrush there. So just like a little bit of glob of each one. I usually put less than what I think because I don't want the paint to dry out on my paint palette. And all I'm doing is I'm grabbing like some of the white and I'm grabbing some of the blue, but I'm getting more white because I want it to be lighter than that blue that came out of the tube, or the, not tube, bottle. I'm going to try to remember to paint the sides this time as I go. So let's start with this corner. I want this corner in blue. And right now it's just a matter of getting paint on the canvas. Some more white. Start to get it a little streaky going. A little bit of blue. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm going to add a little bit more white to the bottom there. Okay, I'm going to get a bit of red because I want to start making it a little purpley. And I'm going to get the red, I'm going to put it right on top. And go back and forth a bit. And I'm going to bring it down and away from that because I don't want it to eradicate my blue entirely. I want it just to live just below it. And I also have to sweep it a bit more. Okay, I want it to get a little bit more So now I'm going a little bit more red. I'm just adding it just below. And again, like this is kind of like to create the base of colors that I want to work with, and then I'll add more details on top of this. So now I'm just getting pure red on my brush and adding kind of like the next layer of it. I'll go with a little bit. I'm just getting a little bit of white just to, I don't want it to be like super dark, but I want it just to blend a little bit. And the white and little parts already kind of create some nice streaks happening. Okay. Okay, I'm going to continue with the white under here. And I'm using my brush like pretty flat as I'm going through this to really try to blend everything nicely. Everybody knows, remembering I'm missing the sides already again. Because I shouldn't really worry too much about that right now, but c'est la vie. Can't help it. Okay, now I'm going to get some yellow, quite a bit of yellow. I'm going to start just below, like just in here, like below where that pinky color is living, and then I'm going to start to pull it up into the pink. Okay, get more of that bright yellow and bring it down here. And I'm going to get white now. And go under and bring it under there, I think. It's a very pretty base of color that we have going on. How can you not smile with these bright, beautiful colors, eh? Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Again, I'm just going back, getting a bit more white below down here. I haven't wiped my brush or cleaned it off at all, so sometimes I will end up picking up some of the colors that still are residing within the brush, but I don't stress too much about that because again, we'll be adding more to it. I think that is good. I don't know if I want to go a little bit lower. Let's see. Oh, thanks for sharing to your art group, Cynthia. I appreciate it. Oh, nice, Patty. I'm glad you do. That's great. Oh, Sarah's asking to show my colors again. Yeah, sorry, Sarah. I missed that. So I just have like my primary colors and some white. And I just put a bit of a glob of each on my very artistic paint palette. All right, so I'm just getting a little bit more white at the bottom here. Okay, so now that I have my base of colors happening, I want to play with colors. I want to play with them more. So I'm just going to wipe off my brush for a moment with water. Oh, and then just use a paper towel just to like dry it off a bit. It's okay if it doesn't have to have all the paint colors off, that's fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go and do almost like another layer on top of what I just did. So I'm using light blue again. Okay, so now I want to get it a little darker up here. I think I need it more dark. More dark, please. Okay, so push that down. Okay, so now I'm kind of using, when I'm going about this, I'm still using the wide of my brush, but then now I'm using it more flat and kind of getting like little streakies of that color, and I'm going to pull it down, and I'm going to get some purple now. Let me just get the red going. Got purpley color happening. So I'm using like so when I'm getting the paint on my brush, I'm basically like pulling it flat, so my brush becomes like pretty flat, and then it has like a nice tip, like it's pretty thin, the tip there. And then I'm going to come in and using that tip of that brush, get these nice little thinner streaks. And again, I'm not cleaning my brush off, so it's going to dirty it up a bit, and it usually works in my favor where like it kind of like will pull some of the other colors into the other zones. And now I'm going to get my yellow. So again, I'm going and pulling the paint on both sides. My brush hasn't been cleaned yet. And then I'm going to start pulling little lines down. Again, get a bunch of that yellow back on that brush. Down the side. Again, it's okay if it, like, as you just saw, like that a little bit of orange was still in my brush. So I'm just gonna, it's fine, because I'm just gonna keep going and keep pulling it down. Okay. I think I'm gonna get a little bit of that orangey back up in here. So I'm gonna just go up as well. And I don't want it like soft and blendy. I want to see all my paint strokes. Like I want it to be kind of messy and yeah, I like that. That's nice. Okay, cool. I'm just going to clean off that brush a bit. So I do want to get it lighter at the bottom. And right now, like, as I clean my brush off, there's a lot of colors going on. There we go. Okay, there's still, yeah, it's not fully clean, but that's okay. I'm going to get some white. I'm going to get it at the bottom here. And then I'm just going to pull some white in. I think I'm going to put some on here. Maybe here. And put a little bit here. I'm just going to add like little kisses. Again, same way I did the other colors, which basically I pull the white on my brush when I dip it in the paint. But then when I come on here, I use the tip of it to kind of give me almost like as if I'm using like a thinner brush essentially, but I'm still using my big ass brush. Pardon my words. Okay, I'm just gonna get a little bit more red. And really just, I'm gonna kind of play with it until I'm happy with the colors. I'm gonna go back and forth, maybe put a little bit more red, little like lines in. And if you feel more comfortable moving to like a smaller brush, you can absolutely do that. You don't have to use your big brush if it's not giving you the same kind of control that like you would like. I'm gonna add a little bit more, I think, down here. Great thing about acrylic paint is that you can add and you can take away, right? So when it dries, it's can be very forgiving. It can also be very annoying, and then it like everything ends up being a big smudge of something, right? Smudge of something. I don't know where I got smudge from, but that's a new word. I'm gonna add some more yellow just to soften some of these red streaks. going back and grabbing it, just adding little lines. Okay, I think I'm going to go back and do a little bit more with white. Okay, and I think I'm going to go back up to the top and do little ones in like blue and get some purple going too. Just kind of match the vibe. Yeah, that looks good. So again, I'm just like pulling the paint on my brush and then using the tip because it's like very fine when I do that. Not very fine, I shouldn't say that, but definitely is finer. And it's working nice to get a nice stroke. I just got a little bit of like that purplish color. I'm going to add that in. And again, if the big brush is not like working for you, you can always use a finer brush to get those lines in. That's totally fine. Okay, I'm going to go back and do a little bit more on that because the lines are a little, I like them to be a bit smoother. I don't really like to see the texture of my canvas. Like it's inevitable in a way, but I'm just going to touch up a few areas and then soften it. I don't think I like white to sit there. So I just kind of like smooth it out in a way that I didn't really like, so I'm just going back over and adding a bit more of these lines and the paint on top of it. Okay, and we go back and get more blue. More white. It's very fun and pretty and bright. All right, let me, oh, I'm so glad. Hi, Tammy. Oh, don't worry, Lizzie, if you're late, no worries. Oh, thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. Yeah, the colors, I love rainbow, like I love bright colors. So someone had asked what I'm painting, and what I'm painting is I'm doing a really colorful sky and a path, and I'll be putting some trees on the path. And it's a paint as we go session, so I do not have a completed image to show. We're going to be doing this as we go on. And if that like freaks you out, then you may want to wait until the end of the session and then decide if you want to paint with me. Otherwise, come on and join, have some fun, and let go of your control, which I know it's hard for me, so if you're like, no thanks, I totally get it. Okay, cool. So I think I'm digging the sky a lot. Like I'm really loving it. I'm thinking I want to put a little bit more down here, but I am going to go with my finer brush, and I do need more white already because I definitely went through my white, which, not really surprised. I use so much white paint. I love my white paint. I use it like all the time. Ooh, that has some blue in it. That is not what I wanted. That's okay. Just with the yellow and the blue, it'll end up being kind of greenish. I don't really want that. Okay. I just want to get a few more little strokies down here. I feel like it was just missing a few of those defined kind of paint lines that I've created elsewhere before I move on and put in, I don't know what exactly, I'm not sure. I might do like some trees in the background. I'm not sure. I really like trees. Anyone who's painted with me, a lot of you who have come along with my other journeys know that I really enjoy painting trees. Like having mountains and trees and water and sky. It's my favorite things to do. Absolutely. Okay, cool. I think I'm good with that. Ooh, that is so pretty. I really like it. Okay, awesome. All right, so I think what I want to do now is I do want to create like a background of something. Let's see. I think I want to do a background of trees. I do think so. I think that's what we're going to do. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Tammy. Yeah, I'm digging it a lot too. I'm liking how it turned out. It's actually kind of fun this way because other times, like when I already have like an image, or you know, it's kind of like, oh yes, I already know it's going to turn out nice. But this way, it's like, could turn out to be a disaster. Could be a nailed it episode. We don't know. Okay, I don't like how that looks. I'm just softening it a bit. Okay. But that is the problem now with me now, because now I'm going to be looking at it in little spots, and I'll be doing all these little like touch and tips and tricks and all these things. Okay, so let us, yes, I am going to do a tree line. I keep saying it, and I'm like, is that what I want to do? It doesn't feel right off my mouth right yet, but I'm doing it. All right. The path might turn into water. I don't know. I might just go a totally different tangent and just be like, yeah, we're doing water instead. I'm not sure yet. Okay, so I'm just going to create a line. Create a line. I'm just going to draw a line across my canvas just to give me a guide. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just to give me a guide as to where I want my land to start. Okay, and that's cool. All right, and I think I want to put some, I will do some trees. Let's do it. Let's do trees. Okay, I'm gonna just do like one here. And the way I'm gonna do that is, how am I gonna do that? Let's see. I'm looking at a bit of a sample of what we can do with some trees. I don't know if I want to do that kind of tree that's like, we'll do like that, like those ones that, yeah, I do like that tree. That's a good one. Yeah, sure, we'll do this. Let's do like another one like here. And then, so basically what I'm doing, let me walk through it. I did a straight line down, and then with my medium-sized brush, I'm just, I want a little tip there. Okay, and I'm just going back and forth, zigzagging, and as I'm going down, I'm just pushing on it a little bit more and making it a little bit bigger at the bottom as I go down. Like that. Okay, let's do another one like here. Okay, cool. Maybe we'll have one, I don't know, some trees, like sometimes you just have like little, you don't have much at all on it because, I don't know why. Maybe it's just more barren. Maybe I should have made that more in the background, yeah. Okay, that one's in the background. Okay, and then maybe we have another one here. That's cute. That's looking so cute. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Okay. And then we'll do some on this side too. I just want to have like a bit of a balance, and then we'll fill in or not, or I don't know yet. Just dabbing and keeping it wider at the bottom. Another tree that's actually pretty tall here. Okay. Make that come out a little bit more, I guess. Okay. And maybe have some that are far away and we can't really see them as well. So I'm just going with the side of my brush and I'm just dragging down. Maybe I should have dragged up. Making it a little bit denser at the bottom. Yeah, that's working better. Okay. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so we have a tree line. Oh, Kathy, I'm so sorry that you're feeling sick. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Oh, I hope you feel better. Oh, thank you. Yeah, maybe I should have just done it landscape and just the whole thing is a sky, and then it would have been pretty much done, right? Like living in the front and think about that. But no, we're gonna add. I can't help it. Honestly, most of the paintings I do when I've done them from scratch tend to do this. Like I tend to put a sky. I tend to have like a background of like either mountains or trees or sometimes both. And then I either just want to do like a bunch of water because I just love water so much, or I change it up. But I think I do want to try. And if I do water, maybe we'll do like a stream as opposed to like full water because again, I'm ridiculous. Like I just want to paint water all the time. Okay. I digress. Kind of. I mean, let's see. How are we going to do the next step? Let's think. Okay. So next is I do want to place in whatever it is I'm going to be doing. So I think I do want to have either a path or have a stream of water coming from where we're at. I think, oh man, I think I really want to do water. Okay, so if we do water, then a couple of ideas of how we could do it. Okay. I think we could have it coming and then maybe check it out on this side and come on this way. I'm thinking, yeah, that's how we'll do it. Yes. Okay. So we're going to start painting water, and this is how we're going to do it. We are going to basically just put in where we want that color to live and how we want that water, where we want it to be. So I think I'm going to have it coming here. I'm going to make it a little bit wider than I think I need it, and then I'll use paint, like black paint or other elements to like break it off. So yeah. And I'm going to flip how I did the sky to the color of the water. That is what we're doing. So I'm going to start with like yellows and light, and then as it comes down, it's going to get like red, and then it's going to get like blue. Ooh, that's going to be crazy. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. If it gets crazy and it works, cool. If it doesn't work, that's fine too. We'll just paint over it. Okay, so I'm going to start here with yellow. I mean, even if I go over a bit of the silhouette, it's not that big of a deal. We can always just paint over what I do because I just use black for that silhouette anyway. So I'm just getting yellow and white, and I'm just going to start bringing this down. And again, it's not like full water. We're going to end up making like a path. So I'm just going to do it a bit wider than what I think I want. And down here it should be quite thin anyways. I'm going to get a little bit of red and start getting red in to make it orangey. Okay, a bit more yellow. And now I'm going to get into the purples. I need blue coming into my red. Ooh, that got dark real fast, eh? Let's lighten that up, shall we? Get some white in here. That was a little bit too crazy. Put some of this blue down here. So I do want to, again, do more than what I think I want in terms of color. So otherwise, it will be difficult to be annoying later, essentially. So I'm doing the same kind of process as I did with the sky, and I'm just getting a little bit of these like lines built in. Oof, I don't know, let's see. I think I am going to move to my thinner brush down here though, because there's less and I want to make sure I have a bit more control over it. Okay, so I got white paint on my thinner brush, and I'm going to just put in a few like streaks. I think I'll continue with some white, I think. as we come down. Maybe it should kind of come like this. The streak should be a bit on an angle, perhaps, to kind of like give like an interesting, yeah, I think that is better. Change it up a little bit. It looks a little bit crazy right now. Bear with me. Just need the lines to, instead of going horizontally, I want them to go diagonally. That's what I'm looking at. So you know what? I'm going to actually go back to my larger brush, and I'm just going to change the trajectory of what I had painted so that it goes a little bit on an angle out instead of what I had done initially, which made it stay very okay. This looks a little crazy. Maybe I went a little bit mad. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna work. It's gonna work once we have all of our colors on top, because right now it still looks a little bit funky because I started it very horizontally, and I'm thinking like once I put in the other stuff it will work. Okay, so ba-ba-ba-da. Next step is we're gonna add some land that's going to like jut out into this zone. Okay. I'm gonna use black to start, and then we'll see how we want it to go. Okay, so I think I want to have something coming here, and it'll end. So I'm gonna have a piece of land kind of jutting into this zone. Now it's still wet, so it's going to be not easy, or almost impossible really, to have pure black there, but I'm going to start to place it where I want it. And then we'll fix it as it dries. Okay. I think I want something that's even a bit further back, like maybe here. It's going to jut out here. And it's going to do the same kind of thing. Okay. And then we want, maybe we have another one like here. So maybe I should have made my water a little bit wider there. Okay. Something else on this side, but okay, so I'm just going to create a bit of a path that is happening there, and then like that. Okay, I'm going to get my bigger brush, and then we're going to fill that in with black, I think, and then we can do some other things with it once we have that going. Can define them up a little bit. have like this rock in the background, and another one that comes in front of it. Another mass that comes here. Okay, and then we have another one right in front. Okay. Okay. This is kind of strange here, so I'm just going to bring it down, I think. Okay, there we go. Not too bad. What kind? So the paint is acrylic, yeah. Oh, thank you, Cynthia, for responding. I appreciate it. Yeah, and you can absolutely watch this again. It's on under the videos tab, and also on my YouTube channel. I will be posting it on there as well. So whichever spot you are more comfortable, you can watch it at, and it'll be available till further notice. I'm not planning to take them down, so you watch it whenever your heart desires. If you're lonely, you can put them on, hang out with me. All right. Okay, so now what do I want to do? Let's see. Well, I'm digging it. This is kind of cool. This is different than what I was anticipating. I wasn't sure what I was doing. Okay. But I'm happy with that. I think it looks pretty cool. Okay. We do need to have some reflection happening with the elements that are in the background there. So I definitely want to do some of that in the water. I'm going to just, let's see how we want to do this. Okay, so I'm going to pull down and kind of like mimic what I had already, what's already kind of there, but I'm just doing it with the edge of my brush, and okay, so I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to get a little bit of white paint, and then add like little streaks to kind of like break it up and to make it look like there's like a reflection happening. Okay, I'm just noticing some, there we go, just touch that up there. Okay, and then similarly, we do want to have like a little bit of, how do I want that to be? I want it to be a little bit of shadow, but I don't want to take away from all my pretty colors. Don't want to do that, but there would be like a shadow like under in these kind of crevices, right? Like there would be a shadow in the water here. There would be a shadow here. Here. A little bit of one like here, here, and here. I'm just going with black and just putting a little bit of lines where these shadows might rest, and then again we'll go back over and add some more details, but I do think it does need to be a little bit darker in some of these spots. Yes. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, I want to touch up that too. That little end of my land, I don't like the way that looks. Okay. And then I think in those shadows, I'm just going to add, again, like maybe some white, I think, just to break it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm just kind of going and putting some additional like lines in the water just to make it seem like there's more ripples. And I'm just using the same colors that we did, so blue and purple, and then red, and then orange, and I'm just bringing all the colors in again. Okay, I just need to get red. Get some red in here. Some yellow. Okay. Oh, some yellow, get some red, yellow and white, sorry. I didn't mean red again, I meant white. Got a little bit more up here. Okay, I think I'm digging that. Ooh. Hi, Trish. Ooh. The shadows are, yeah, they are a gray. I used a gray instead of a black. Although down here I did use black for like in this darker area, but up here I used kind of like a gray. I didn't want the black to overtake that area. Oh, thank you, Mary. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It's turning out quite nicely. I think I'm just gonna leave them as rocks. Like I was thinking maybe I'd add, I don't know, something else, but I think I'm kind of digging it. This is working for me. Okay. Let's see, what else do we want to do? So it's still a little wet. I bet you I did forget to paint the side of that, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do that while I let the front part dry. Whew, that's a lot of water on that brush. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to paint just the side here while I let the front of it dry, and I'll do the bottom too. Okay, and then I'm going to get blue as well and do the sides here. Cool. And then without trying to affect the front too much. Okay. Not the best, but fine. It will do. Okay. I do think I want to add a little bit of, I don't know, like a highlight kind of on the rocks, just a little bit. I just don't know. It might end up making it look kind of weird, but again, worst case is if I do it and I don't like it, then we can always paint over it with black, right? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to use, I think, white. And I think I want to just start like defining a bit, like one edge from another. Almost kind of like creating a few like edges. I don't know, we'll see if we like this or not. Maybe we don't, maybe we do. Not sure yet. Let's see. Again, if we don't like it, we can always get rid of it, which is the nice thing about acrylics. I don't know about that line. That line was kind of weird. That line's weird. I think I'm going to get rid of that one. That one's not doing it for me. I don't know if the other ones are. I'll like kind of step back and take a look at it and see. Maybe I'll add a little. I'm not sure. Kind of smearing it a little bit and just blending, just making it a little bit gray, but I'm not sure if I like that or not yet. I think I like it. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I think this is working all right. I thought I want to do a little highlight, but maybe I do want to add a little bit of like shadow and light and just get a little bit of this rocky vibe happening, yeah. Okay. Okay, so sorry I'm not talking. I think I got into a bit of a flow. I apologize for that. One of those moves where I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I'm just kind of like going with it and it's kind of working. So what I've been doing is I'm just putting a bit of white and I'm mixing some black and I'm just kind of creating some lighter and darker areas to kind of give a bit more like ridges, which is not what I initially thought I wanted to do. But I think I'm liking it more like this, so we're going with it. So I'm getting basically like, it's almost like gray colors, and then I'm going back and grabbing some more black just to keep things separate. And I'm going back and forth just trying to like to blend it in to have a little bit of like texture, essentially, with it, which is, again, not exactly what I had thought I wanted, but I do want that now. Funny how that happens. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm going on top and then I'm just kind of smearing it a bit to get a to give it some bumps and yeah. Feels very Canadian. I like it. Like the whole like rocky group of 7 kind of vibe. I'm digging it. All right. I think I'm good. I think that is all I want to do with it. Yes, I think so. I might have to sit with it a little bit and decide if I want to do more later, but I think for now, feeling pretty good. Ooh, it looks good when I look at it on the computer. It looks good in person too, but it's kind of funny. Sometimes when you like, if you're not sure about your painting, sometimes you take a picture of it and you look at it, it actually looks better sometimes. I don't know why. I feel like we get very like detailed and we see all like the imperfections when we're looking at our own painting in person. And sometimes if you have like by doing that, I think it like takes you away or like depersonalizes it a bit so that you can see it in different ways. And it's kind of interesting. I find that helps me sometimes appreciate what I do. Anywho, so yeah, I hope everyone had a great time. Oh, hi, Irene. I'm glad you do, Cynthia. Thank you. Oh, I'm glad you like it. I'm so happy. You want to see the horizon line close up? Yeah, absolutely. Let me bring that. Ooh, nope, this way? Yes. Hopefully that, oh, I'm like tilted. I apologize. It's weird because everything's kind of like mirror when I do it on the camera. So that's the horizon line. And again, I just did it kind of random, so you can feel free to put whatever you want. If you want to do like a city skyline, if you want to do whatever you want, you can change it up. You can change up the trees. I just did these trees. The horizon is definitely a little bit, it's not like super straight, but that's okay. It's a different world. It doesn't have to be. It's a crooked world. Anyways, so yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Anyone who painted along, please take a picture of what you have created and please share it with me. I'm going to snap a picture and put some separate posts so you can see the image. And like I said, the recording, this will still be available on my Facebook page under the videos tab and also on my YouTube channel under Liza's Painting Parties. That will also be cross-posted there, and that'll take a little bit of time, but that will get there by the night. And that's about it. So the next painting party we have is the first Wednesday of December, which is, I don't know, computer, tell me. It's Wednesday. Ooh, that might be. So I might have to alternate that. I think my Christmas holiday party for work is on the 7th. So I might have to change that. If that happens, then it'll either change to the Tuesday or the Thursday, but I will give everyone an update once I know for sure. And then we'll do that accordingly. But we'll have it in the first week of December. And I'm thinking we'll probably do like a holiday kind of themed one. If anyone has any ideas or suggestions or something you'd like to see for that paint party, please feel free to private message me or post it in the group. It's all whatever works is all good for me. And then we can see. The issue is that I can't. What we used to do before is I would put a bunch of images online and I would grab them from random places and then we would paint that. But those often were copyrighted images, which I'm not allowed to post, nor am I allowed to reproduce without written permission from the people who've created them. So, which is why I'm going this route more frequently. Or if you have your own picture that you've taken, I can also paint from photographs as well. So I've also collaborated with photographers in the past, as some of you have seen. So some of the paint parties you see that are still up, that are available for free, were done from paint from photos, and they're from photographers that I know that have allowed me to use their photos for us to recreate into a painting. So if any of you are photographers and you've taken a picture and we can have some ideas from that, we can definitely do that too. So feel free to share that. And then I think that's about it for now. If you do want to do a virtual paint party for the holidays coming up or for your own birthday or whatever, or if you're in the Toronto area and you want me to host something in person, hosting in person is so much fun. And it's so nice to do after this long time of everyone being apart and whatnot. So definitely reach out and we can talk about that. I do have the packages on my website, but again, if you see something or if like it doesn't fit your budget or if you're having other questions, please reach out and we can always talk about that. I'm flexible as long as it still, makes sense to do it. And I think that's about it. So I hope you all had a fantastic time and have a great November, and I will see you all in December. Have a great day. Bye. Take care.